Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the uh, update regarding the Ukrainian Counter Offensive. So let's start off with Zaporizhzhia. At Zaporizhzhia, there is a lot of reports of Ukrainian reinforcements arriving at the front. Previously, we have Ukrainians gathering their forces around this region here, and it seems like they are now either deployed or maybe there are more forces coming in. I wasn't tracking very closely in terms of the units, so there is a reinforcement arriving at the Orikhiv region, and then there is also reinforcement arriving at the Shcherbaky region, and on top of that, there is also a forward operating base established at Omelnik. So at this position. So and then reinforcement is also reported at the Bilohirya Charivne region, which is actually here. Oops, wrong color. Around here. So there is also reinforcement coming here. So you can see that the Ukrainians actually now wrong color. In the Shcherbaky region, Orikhiv region, Bilohirya and Charivne region, and these reinforcements are all in this frontline region, and it seems like the Ukrainians might be poised for their major attack, probably very soon. And of course, the forward operating base, pretty decent distance away from the front line, around 15 kilometers. And on the other side of on this side, there is also same information. Reinforcement is reported at Hulyaipole. And there is some fighting at Mafopil. This is just some scouting that was detected, and then 3 of the soldiers was reportedly killed. So this looks really menacing. A lot of forces on the Ukrainian side gathering at Hulyaipole. Yeah. So we're not exactly sure how the Ukrainians want to really do this. They may be pushing in from multiple directions. So yeah, so there is usually they have attacked Robotine. They usually attack Robotine. They attack from Bilohirya in this direction, and then they attack the Dorozianka direction. From Shcherbaky, they actually attack towards in this direction, towards Olyansk or Vasiliivka. So there is multiple trajectories. This force might be actually going for Tokmak. This force might actually going for the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. This force going down, this force will actually capture Polohi, and then they probably can actually go towards Mariupol, I guess. Or they can actually go downwards towards Berdyansk. So there is many possibilities the Ukrainians can move. Really depends on how big is the force. The units reportedly are the mechanized brigade of the 10th Army Corps at the Orikhiv, and then they have the separate mechanized brigade at Shcherbaky, and then around Bilohirya is special operation forces. At Hulyaipole is the air mobile brigade, the airborne assault forces. So let's see how this goes. In terms of in the Donetsk region, the Ukrainians actually attacked Novomayoske, but it didn't really do much. It's probably more like a probing thing. However, there is there's a geolocation of Ukrainian forces at this position just west of Palivka, which means the Ukrainian forces during some days recently managed to control more of Palivka. Previously, this area is actually under Russian control, so this is actually some kind of progress for the Ukrainians. Then we have also some actions. So at Avdiivka, in this region, there seems to be the counteroffensive seems to have started. Riba, the pro-Russian source, reported a major attack on Vodyane. So they say that the 1st Battalion of the 53rd Mechanized Brigade actually tried to attack Vodyane twice. First, they have a platoon attacking from the northeast, against Vodyane. So they attack. This thing did not work out. Then they attack again from the northwest. This force seems to be quite big as well. It's several tanks with infantry fighting vehicles trying to attack from the northwest. So maybe this force on the northeast, from the northeast, might be a diversionary. This force might not be that big because it's just a company size. And then when the Russian forces get drawn over to this side to defend, they try a bigger force to try to attack Vodyane and try to break through. However, this also did not work out. So this fight is actually is on the 29th, and after that 30th, there's no offensive being reported, or no fighting is also being reported at Vodyane. So I think this attack might have actually failed for the Ukrainians. So moving away from this region, within the Bakhmut region as well, the Ukrainians actually launched some major counter-offensive actions to try to elevate the pressure on Bakhmut city. Fighting is reported from Kalinina. This information is coming from the Russian Defense Ministry. So from Kalinina, they attack outwards. I believe it's fighting around the region of Bodanivka. And then there's an attack from Ivanivske out, and then there's another attack from Chasiv Yar. So this is actually trying to push the Russian line backwards to open up the front line so that they can actually reinforce their troops easier into Bakhmut, or to allow a withdrawal from Bakhmut. I'm not sure what happened, but on the 20th, this is also on the 29th, same thing as the Avdiivka ones, and then nothing happened on the 30th. So maybe it's a Sunday, so they went to eat ice cream, and yeah, so nothing happened then since. So also then you go into the Kupiansk front, because there's nothing at the Crimea front. The Ukrainians did not launch any counter-offensive or offensive in this region. The next very intense region is actually over in the Kupyansk and Svatove region. The Kupyansk-Svatove region, as you can see, there's a lot of blue markers. First thing first, there was this helicopter getting shot down over Rakhorodka. I'm not sure why the Ukrainians have a helicopter getting shot down over a Russian territory. Maybe it's a airborne operation. I don't know. If the Ukrainians are going into trying to quick capture Rakhorodka, maybe, but it did not work out. The helicopter seems to get shot down. There's also no fighting reported in this region by the it was not reported by anyone. Otherwise, there is Ukrainian probing at Masuzarivka, at Novoselivske, at Berestove. Berestove was on both days, 29th and the 30th, and then there is also at Kotyarivka, at Timkovka, at Vershana, as well as Sinkivka. So the Ukrainian attacks are still ongoing. The weird stuff is the Russians continue to call these recon forces, sabotage and recon forces, or DRGs in English, deep reconnaissance group, and it suggests that this force that is attacking the front line is actually small, maybe one squad, probably not bigger than a platoon, probably, yeah, that's a platoon. So yeah, so it is platoon size attacks, so not even company size, I guess, which is why the Russians are reporting it as is. So I'm not sure if this is just still probing or this is actually their offensive. So yeah, but people are dying, doing all these things, so hopefully it's worth it for the Ukrainians. And the Russians also reported shelling Kayamka. This is very interesting. 29th, 30th, both shelling is actually reported at Kayamka. So I believe that the Ukrainians actually is planning a major operation around this border region. Maybe they're going to cross the Oskil River and attack into the rear of the Russian side. So if they attack into the rear, then they are able to hold Pisky over here, hold a front line along the border, and then they attack into the rear of the Russian lines. And this will actually able to cause the Russians to do a major withdrawal away, and then they can actually fully capture the rest of the Kharkiv region that they failed to capture. It's actually a sound plan, except that the gathering of forces is now getting shelled at Kayamka. So I'm not sure if the Ukrainians will be able to gather enough forces to actually do this crossing, especially being so near to the border. It is much easier for the Russians to actually intercept this attack from Russia itself. So anyway, this is the situation over at the Kupiansk front. So this is the entire situation of the Ukrainian counter offensive. Otherwise there is not much other things. Do wait and do stay tuned for the Russian perspective. This is from the Ukrainian side, looking at this as the Ukrainian offensive. The Russian offensive and actions are also ongoing at the same time. Both are actually on their offensive as well. So stay tuned for the other one, and do press the like button, subscribe. There's a huge percentage of you guys did not subscribe, like 60%. So do subscribe, because the reason is when you subscribe, YouTube will actually spread this video to even more people. The base number of subscribers is very important for the reach of the videos. So if you like my report, you have to support by subscribing. Even you are always watching but you're not subscribed, you have to subscribe, because this helps the YouTube to actually push to new people. So this is very important. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next update.